By the way, I never went to the island. I never had the privilege of going to his island.
Hitler, I didn't have the privilege of visiting Auschwitz. O.J. Simpson, I didn't have the privilege of killing my wife and her lover. Lee Harvey Oswald, I didn't have the privilege of a front row seat at the parade. Bat, I didn't have the privilege of keeping my head at an Ozzy Osbourne concert. Michael J. Fox, I didn't have the privilege of SMNZ, DSSD, years D, STZ, Kevin Hart, I didn't have the privilege of being funny and starring in successful movies. Dwayne Johnson, I didn't have the privilege of playing someone other than Dwayne Johnson. Trump, I had the privilege of being on Epstein's island. Jeffrey Dahmer, I didn't have the privilege of ordering takeout. Elon Musk, I didn't have the privilege of shutting up Kanye West. I didn't have the privilege of being a Nazi. Tom Cruise, I didn't have the privilege of simply aging. Bill Clinton, I didn't have the privilege of keeping my pants on. Steve Jobs, I didn't have the privilege of seeing Apple sell a 3500 headset. John F. Kennedy, I didn't have the privilege of seeing the end of the parade. Leonardo DiCaprio, I didn't have the privilege of dating someone over 25. Harvey Weinstein, I didn't have the privilege of casting without the couch. Will Smith, I didn't have the privilege of keeping my hands to myself. Joe Biden, I didn't have the privilege of remembering what I just said. Jesus, I didn't have the privilege of a happy ending. Amber Heard, I didn't have the privilege of using the toilet like a normal person.
In one of my very good moments, I turned it down. I didn't want to go to his island.